So this thing's recording again. Um, I'm watching my YouTube channel, and this is the first this is the first video I ever made. That I mean, I made other ones, but I didn't post them to YouTube because, like, it's a lot of technology. It takes a lot of getting used to, and I think at that time I was just starting to learn Photoshop, which is really engaging. I mean, Photoshop is like a religion. I mean, you can do so much on Photoshop, but you learn so much from exploring it. I mean, it's got features that put they puts the Sanskrit Vedas to shame. I mean, just the pure amount of associative knowledge that is crammed into that one program. Not just Photoshop. I mean, you think of all these other programs. What does it take? I mean, what kind of spirituality does it take to have created YouTube or, you know, anything? Facebook. I mean, it's huge. It's huge, huge, and beautiful stuff. People are all like, oh, worried about the screen. The screen is the extension of our brains. If you use the screen, it extends your brain. You become more intelligent, healthier. I mean, fear is a destroyer. I mean, that's the ultimate truth. Fear is the destroyer. I mean, it's either, if I had them tattooed on my fucking knuckles, love and fear, the two, so, I mean, fear doesn't really, it doesn't get anywhere because, people think that I'm in my room because I'm afraid. I'm not in my room because I'm afraid. I'm in my room because people tend to be afraid of me because I'm crazy. I just do whatever. I do whatever comes into my consciousness to do. I do it, So a lot of times people don't like it. So it's easier for me to just be a party of one. So I'm up here making my noise, smoking my weed, cursing my fucking head off, scratching my coochie, whatever, picking my nose. Whatever I'm doing it here. Nobody's got to participate in it. People don't have to be a part of what I'm doing. So I'm up here having fun, And then it's like, well, you got to share. Well, if I'm going to share, I'm going to share like exactly what it is that I'm actually doing. Otherwise, what's the point? I mean, if I'm going to make up some kind of script or have a point to what I'm doing, it's not very much fun. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, I don't know, for 1 minute, I'm so tangential, I just jump from one thing to the other, It's like, pencils. I mean, it's like my whole life is like, it's like I call it, I had a word for it, I called it, something about a Roomba. It's like, like boing, boing, bouncing around the room, but it's like I'm bouncing all over the place. It's not a joke. I mean, you could say it's because I did too much acid. I don't really know, but I think I was like that right when I was a kid. Pretty sure. Pretty sure I drove all adults absolutely nuts. Just so the thing is, if you're gonna be bouncy, people don't like it in their space, then you got to create a space where you can be bouncy, which for me, when I was a kid, I could roam around in the woods and nobody bothered me. I did shit, climb trees, whatever, by myself, and that was just fabulous, When you're an adult, people just like they get nervous about every little freaking thing. You do this and they don't like that. You take your clothes off, they freak out. I mean, I don't know, whatever. If you're used to running around with your clothes off, just climbing trees or swimming, then that's you don't want to be about it. But then they get nasty about it. They get cranky about it. They don't really like it. And they get hostile, and then I don't know. So it's like just easier to stay inside. It's still waiting for the, whatever. And it's not because I'm not afraid. Like it's just because there's things I like to do, and I like to spend more time doing the things that I just like really enjoy doing this stuff. And when I was a kid, I liked, and I just realized it's better to stay out of the outside world. And I started getting really into collage, and collage is really good because it's a good way to engage with the culture. While you're you're interacting with the culture, by using artifacts from the culture, meaning clippings from magazines, or I have boxes and boxes of clippings from magazines and newspapers and things that I take off the internet. I mean, I have all this stuff and books, and I just mix and match. I just take things from all different sources and put them together in ways that make meaning of the moment. I put together the art in ways that make meaning of the moment. So then when I go back and I look at things, I remember that moment in time and everything that's associated to it. And sometimes I've left a blank space and I put things in there because that thing needed to go there. I call that introducing the stuff to each other. I introduce, hey pencil, meet paper. Hey glue, meet newspaper. Whatever. And then I save all my scraps and I make paper mache. So it's a lot more fun than people. People are predictable. They just get stupid and start yelling and wanting you to do things their way. And it's quite frankly, I have no interest in that. Absolutely no interest in that. So what is art? Yeah, it's just a way it's a way for me to do my thing, so to speak. So I'm going to post this thing too, because I think I'm starting to catch on. You think? I think I'm starting to catch on to this thing. So we're going to